Okay, so I know I'm set up kind of weird. I'm on the floor between my couch and front door. But I wanted to put a vlog out today. And this vlog, well, it's not a vlog, it's really like a sit down with me video. And what I'm gonna be talking about today is that I quit my job. Yes, I quit my job. So I'm gonna be explaining my reasons and why. So as y'all know, in my other vlogs, I was starting a new job or whatever. Well, in the beginning, they was giving me the runaround. Went for an interview, and I was waiting for my like background check and stuff, but they do everything electronically now. And I was waiting for them to send me my background information, background link, so I can do my background information and my onboarding. So it was like a week later after my interview, I'm like, did I get the job? Did I not get the job? Or whatever. So I was calling the whole week. I haven't received my background. I haven't received my background. So I thought maybe they wasn't going to hire me. And let me pause right there. The type of work I do, I'm a CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant, and I have been one for 7 years. So I was calling them and was like, I haven't received my link or whatever. And they do stuff by recruiters. So you have to wait till the recruiter actually come to the actual nursing home, which they go once a week. So it was on a Wednesday, and I called her. She was like, well, I'm not the recruiter that does that. It's another recruiter, but I can try to push the background link to you, which she did. My background came back 3 days later. Right as my background came back, the other recruiter emailed me and was like, okay, here's your onboarding, here's your offer letter, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's go back to the interview. In the interview, they do 2 shifts, 6A to 6P, the shift that I was on, or you can do 6P to 6A. As y'all know, I have 3 kids, so I cannot do any second shift or third shift. Getting off at 6, I was cooking dinner late, or sometimes I wouldn't even cook dinner. I would just order out. But anyways, in the interview, he was telling me, okay, it's a staffing coordinator, and then it's called a peer leader. Basically, that person is just a CNA that is over the other CNAs that, work along with the staffing coordinator. But anyways, he was like, this is the peer leader. He was like, we're doing 6 to 2 starting in January. And if that's the shift you want, I could talk to the administrator. And I was like, yeah, that would work perfect, because I wasn't too big on working the 6 to 2. That's what I said in the interview. He said, well, we finna start the 6 to 2 and you can get on that shift starting January. Good. So I started with that job December 28th, was my first day. The whole time I was training, I was doing 6 to 6. I had my sister, the day she was off, she'll pick the kids up. Devon would pick them up. Everything was going good for the time being. But have you ever worked 12-hour shifts? Those shifts drain you. I don't care who you are, what you do. Working 12 hours drain you. Some people like working 12. No, I'm just an 8-hour person. I barely want to do the 8 sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But having to stay there for 12 hours. And let me get off subject real quick. Don't mind what I got on. It's a little nice shirt. If you ever been to Erie, Pennsylvania, it's this little water park and amusement park called Watermere. So I'm walking. It's an old shirt. It was actually my grandmother that actually stays in Erie shirt, and I just sleep in it. So I just got this shirt on. Anyway, so what was I at? Okay, he said 6 to 2. I said, cool, that's fine. So the whole time I was training, I was doing 6 to 6. So when he gave me my schedule, for when I started working by myself, because I only trained like 3 days. And it had 6 to 6 on it. I'm like, dude, I thought that you said I was going to be 6 to 2. And he was like, yeah, we still in, talking about it or whatever. Fine. The next couple days go by. I asked him, I said, when am I starting 6 to 2? He was like, well, you have to wait till we get some 2 to 10 people in, which is basically second shift. I said, cool. A couple more days go by, word going around. He hired 2 people so far to do 2 to 10. So I'm like, dude, when am I gonna go to second shift? Well, you'll be going to second shift. Second shift. You'll be doing 62 next week. Okay, so the weekend goes by. Remember, I do 3 12s back to back. That about, I'm not going to say kill me, but it about took me out. Working in a nurse home and doing nurse home work for 12 hours. Whew. So, and I'm like, after working that weekend, I was like, I cannot keep doing 12s. I need 62. Because even though, I'm going to back up, even though when I applied, it was 66, but it had flexible schedule. So, meaning they would work, with your schedule. So that's why an interview, before I even brought up, hey, do y'all do 8 hours? He brought it up first. You know what I'm saying? Because if they wasn't gonna be able to do, a 7 to 3 or a 6 to 2, 8 hour morning shift, I wasn't gonna accept the job. But since he brought it up, I was like, great, that would work perfect. Anyways, so I worked that weekend. It about took me out. Not took me out, but as far as like coming home, cleaning, doing laundry, I didn't feel like doing none of that. All I did was took a shower, gave my kids a bath. 9 times out of 10, I believe we ate out all 3 days, and we was in the bed. Yes. Anyways, I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to keep doing these 12s now. So let me think. I don't want to mess this part up. It's this lady that I work with. She's my coworker. She started, I want to say, a week after me, already on 62. And she said, well, I told them in the interview that I can't do 12. She's an older lady. And blah, blah, blah. So they automatically put on 62. So then I'm like, okay, y'all bringing people in already doing 62. And y'all can't even put me on 62. So right then and there, I'm already mad. Like, y'all just basically lied to me to get me in. Because, it's a shortage everywhere in healthcare, especially in nursing homes. It was already a shortage in nursing homes. Now that this whole pandemic is going on, it's even a bigger shortage. So, y'all don't, excuse my crusty lips. But anyways, not crusty, but ashy lips. But anyways, I'm like, they just brought me in to use me, to basically keep giving me a runaround so they can have their shift covered. And I actually liked this job. It was a nice nursing home, and it didn't take me long to get used to the patients they have, and I really hated that. It had to come to this. You know what I'm saying? If they really valued their employees, they could have made it work. Honestly, like, they could have made it work. So, anyways, and then I was talking to my coworker, that actually worked the hall. She came in already working 62. And she was like, don't quit. They're going to work with you. She was actually going to the peer leader and trying to get him to, communicate. That's another thing. They don't communicate. He was telling her, yeah, we're going to start her on the 62 next week. And blah, 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 blah. Tell her to hold on. Well, who's going to pick my kids up from school, mister? Huh? Is you going to pick them up? No. And it's just like other things. So I'm like, this job playing around. I think next week would make like a month that I've been there. I'm like, but one, y'all don't know how to do a schedule. Y'all don't communicate. It's like 2021 already starting off bad. Not bad, but like starting off complicated. Ugh. Anyway, so I was telling her, well, he need to communicate that to me. Like, why is he telling you all this but not telling me? And she said, you need to go to him. I done went to him like 5 or 6 times. Like, the times I just told y'all that I went to him, it was like more than that, but I just can't really remember what. He done gave me so much runaround about going to 62. And my thing is, okay, you said I could go to 62. Okay, if I can't, tell me I can move on to another job. But no, y'all want to give me the runaround. So I planned on not going to work the other day, and I thought about it all night. I didn't set my alarm to get up. So my alarm went off to get my kids up from school. You know, the lady that I was telling y'all about, my coworker, was texting me, come on in. He's gonna talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up going in late. I could end up clocking in at 7:30. You know, I was supposed to be there at 6. The whole time I was working, he was, you know, ripping, running the halls. He never stopped, never, you know, talked to me or nothing. So I'm like, dude, what's going on? So I told her, I said, I'm not coming back tomorrow. I said, they don't know how to communicate. They just give me a run around, you know, and plus my kids want me home. I mean, when I do work, they'll go to my grandmother's house. But, you know, kids want to go home. Oh, I'm ashy. Wait a minute. I just got the shower, too. And I said, let me hurry up and do this sit-down video because Delilah's in my room asleep. And if she was up, she would be trying to attack my ring light and tripod and all that. So let me hurry up. 11 minutes. Damn, I've been talking for 11 minutes already. But let me hurry up because I don't want this to be a super duper long video. So real quick, real fast. What was I at? Yeah, he was just walking the hall, acting like it wasn't an issue sitting right there in his face. So I'm like, you know what? It's 2021. I'm not gonna be dealing, stressing over these jobs that, no, I'll just go on to another one. So I got on Indeed and I found this nursing home that was hiring for 7 to 3. I actually have an interview with them tomorrow. And they called, you know, set up an interview. I made sure it was exactly for 7 to 3. When I go into my interview tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure it says 7 to 3. And when I sign my paperwork, if I do, you know, get the job, I'm gonna make sure it says 7 to 3. My kids get out of school like at 2:50. So when they get out of school, they want to come home. You know, they don't want to go to my sister house or mom, grandma house or whatever the case may be. So I hope I do get this job. I think I pretty much do. I think I pretty much will get it. So, but anyways, the lady, my coworker, she was like, don't quit. Come in tomorrow. Because I was like, I ain't coming in tomorrow. He ain't came up to me yet. He ain't told me nothing. She was like, don't quit. I said, well, I'm finna quit. I'm finna quit. I'm not even gonna come in tomorrow. Forget them. They want to play with me, I'll play with them right back. 2021 vibes. Anyway, so it's about what, 1:40 yesterday, and I'm at work, and the actual staffing coordinator came to me and was like, are you coming to work tomorrow? I said, yeah. Knowing in my head I was saying, hell no. And she was like, well, it's going around that you ain't coming to work tomorrow, which I didn't even tell nobody that, except for I did tell one of the nurses that, and my little coworker lady, which I know the coworker lady didn't say that, so I guess the nurse did, because he's already thinking about quitting and she's new too. So that's a thing right there. New people already quitting. Obviously y'all doing something wrong. So I was like, no, I'm coming in. And she was like, well, people coming to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know what to say about that. And then she was like, well, basically she told me, long story short, you won't be able to do 62 because they don't have anybody to come in behind me, which is a lie. Lie number one. Then she was like, we got somebody else coming in training to do 6 to 6. So, I mean, if you want to do PRN and do 6 to 2, that'll be fine, but you have to wait till sometime next month. Lie number two. Okay, so how am I going to do PRN 6 to 2? Ain't nobody going to be, y'all just said y'all didn't have nobody to come in behind me, so. But anyways, I really wasn't paying attention to what she was saying until she said that, because that didn't even make sense. Y'all gonna let me pick up 6 to 2, but y'all can't put me on the schedule, you know, for 6 to 2. What sense does that make? Anyways, at this point, I was, yesterday, when she was talking, I was just done. I already made up my mind I was coming back. I done talked to my mom and sister about it. And I'm like, yeah. You know, even though I'm grown now, sometimes I call my mom to get her a validation on some stuff like, Mom, do you think I'm in the wrong if I do this or if I do that or blah, 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 blah. And if she say I'm not in the wrong, I'm not in the wrong. She already told me, just go in tomorrow, which was yesterday, and see what they say, see if they work with you, see if they're going to back up what they said. And they didn't. They failed. So it was like a relief, you know what I'm saying, coming off of me when I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I love doing CNA work, you know. other than the like bullshit that comes along with it, taking care of folks and being there for the older people. Well, you know, because not everybody in nursing home old, but being a helping hand, I love doing that. So this other nursing home, I get the job. I'll keep y'all updated on that. I'll get the job, and I would end up liking it. Signs popping up in my face, and I still stayed. Hopefully y'all like this little sit down with me, and if you are a CNA out there and you're going through something similar like me, I'm here to tell you, it's 2021. Don't let no job stress you out. As quick as they hire you, they will replace you. So do you.